All right. What's up? So I had this conversation like literally yesterday when I was at work. I worked night shift yesterday, and one of my coworkers, my boy, I ain't finna name drop, but one of my boys there, we was talking, and we was talking about knowledge and like learning and things of that nature. And we was basically saying, from my standpoint, I was basically saying like school isn't like is not my main focus, and school isn't really that important now, like what like as far as like the stuff that they teaching you, like as far as like like just the whole academic side of things. Like, I'm not saying that you don't need math and like other things. Some of the math, like, I guarantee you're not going to use the Pythagoras theorem like in your future. But like I'm saying, like, it's I was just basically saying how like a lot of the things in school that they're teaching you is it's just a waste of time a little bit. And not discouraging anybody that's in school and that's like a try hard school student, which is good. Always, like I said, I'm gonna get into that later. But like I was just saying, from my standpoint, school isn't really talking about much for me specifically. And we was talking. He was agreeing with me. Yeah, we was talking. But then I said that I said, yeah, but it's good. You should always look for knowledge, though. And he like automatic, like, it's crazy. It's like we was on the same level. So he was like, yeah, like my thing is I ain't really big with. He was like, I ain't really much of a school person either. But I always I always be trying to learn stuff, whether that's like a life things and like just different ways, like street knowledge, like just how to operate. And yeah. So yeah, during that conversation that we was having, he was he said something that stood out to me. He was like, yeah, so really life is all about people getting the knowledge that they have and expanding on it and being able to pass that down to others. Because how do you think we even know the stuff that we know now? Like, you think it was just revelation? It just popped up in front of the new generation. Like, with every new child that's born, it just instantly pops up in their head like a flower. Like, it's just there. Like, there's no explanation. It's just there. No, it was passed down from our grandparents to our parents. Yeah, our grandparents to our parents to us. And in order to continue that cycle, we have to take what they gave us, what they implanted in us, and expand on that and get more knowledge that they couldn't, that they couldn't. And we have to expand on that knowledge that we have, learn more, and then pass that down to our children and then their children's children. You see what I'm saying? It's a cycle. Like, you have to, there's one that comes after the other, that comes after the other, that comes after the other. And in order to repeat that cycle and continue it and let it grow, us as individuals, we have to go out and seek different areas of knowledge, retain them, build upon them, whether you want to gatekeep, whether you want to actually benefit, put it to it, like, monetize it. Like, you could make a whole YouTube channel about a new branch of knowledge that people, want to learn about. Like, it's so much stuff you can do with it, but you have to, whether you want to retain it, spread it with the world, you have to learn something new and pass it down to the next generation. Because how are they going to know stuff? They might not be school people neither. They might not be, school's not for me neither. That's fine, but they can't just not know nothing. They have to learn something. And unless you want them being in the same place that we are right now, which is a bad place, because we got a lot of stuff going on in the world that's terrible. It's so terrible. It's so terrible. We got a lot of stuff going on in the world that's bad right now. So think about your position, think about the position of the social economy, or the social demographic right now. Think about all your peers. Think about everybody you see on TikTok, and think about everybody you've ever interacted with that's on your same age level, that's in your same area. Think about all them people. Now, do you want your kids, or do you want the next generation to be like how y'all are? I think you need to think hard about that answer, though. You need to think hard about that answer, because if it's anything other than no, oh my God, you need to take some time. You need to pray. You need to center yourself. Maybe eat some jungle berries and some dragon fruit. Get your mind and your body right. Drink some kombucha. Like, detox, because that's bad. Like, you really want the next generation to be like us? Like us? I'm gonna say us, because I'm included in this. But us? And then it just resonated with me, because that was like, I be saying, don't I say that all the time? Like, I say that almost like one, you can go back and check my videos, like I've said this before, like knowledge is so crucial to like life. Like knowledge is so crucial, like as your, like to your personal self, because in this world where like it's so much unexpected things that can happen, you cannot, like you can't go and operate throughout this world not knowing anything. Like you can't be stupid and go throughout this world just like thinking everything is gonna be peaches and cream, bro. Like you have to, like, well, if you don't like school, that's completely fine. That's completely fine. I 100% understand that. If you don't like like just learning in general, that's why I don't agree at, because you should always be searching for knowledge. Like you should always be trying to learn more and enhance your mind with like different aspects of life. So like I said, you can be good. You need to like strengthen one or more areas of knowledge, whether that's financial knowledge, whether that's life knowledge, whether that's spiritual knowledge, whether that's religious knowledge. Any branch of knowledge, you need to like have one in your lane that's like, you know it, like it's like the back of your hand, like you steady, learning more about it and pursuing like more, gaining more knowledge about it, because like it's so important. Like it's crazy that a lot of people out here, they I'm trying not to say it, but they really dumb. Like it's really stupid. Not even like, oh, he get like D's and F's and stuff. No, like it's just like intellectually they're lacking in a lot of areas, and that's not a good thing. And so, and people try to take that school excuse, like, oh, I don't like school, school doesn't like me, school's not for me. And it may not be for you. That's perfectly fine. But for you to just accept the fact that since you don't like school, or you think school is not for you, you're just gonna stop learning altogether and just go through life just like dumb and oblivious to everything that's going on. That's why I don't agree with you. So you need to be learning. Like learning is so crucial. Like knowledge is very important. Like imagine it's like this. Imagine going and like living life. Like imagine living life, having different experiences, and just meeting different people, and just having conversations and stuff, and you don't know anything. Like they ask you like mid-conversation, like you have no, like you can't talk about your hobbies. Like, bro, you could gain knowledge on how a keyboard makes sounds. Like, it's like, it doesn't matter what it is. You should always be searching for knowledge. Like, you going through life, you having conversations with people, they talking about their field of work and like what they do for a living, and you just, oh, well, that seems pretty cool. I don't really know what I wanted. I just, school isn't for me, so I just stopped caring, and, I just, oh, well. Like, what? Like, it's just, you can't, like, that's just, it's really, it's no better way for me to explain it other than you just can't. Like, that's one of the things that you cannot do. Like, you have to have knowledge on something. Like, you have to be smart at something. You can't just be stupid overall. Like, you have to be always learning. You have to be always trying to find like something to elevate your brain at, because your life is about evolution. You always should be progressing in life. Like, you should never be stagnant at the same place for your whole entire life. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. Like, you have to build up. There's certain things that you have to do to progress in life. There's certain blocks that you have to achieve to get higher and higher and higher. And that's just something that you have to do. So yeah, so that's really it though. I ain't gonna lie, that's really it. Like, I always be saying this as well. I always say this, like, the more you know, the less you'll have to find out. And that's one of the most truthful things that I've learned and I've experienced and embodied as a person, because the world is changing constantly. Like, there's constant changes in the world. Like, nothing will ever stay the same, and you have to adapt towards those changes. Like, you have to be able to adapt in those changes, and in order to adapt, you have to know how to adapt and how to shift your life patterns and change it towards something that's more beneficial for your life. You see what I'm saying? And in order to do that, you have to have knowledge. You have to know. Like, no. It's really it, but you just have to know. Like you can't be just you can't just be comfortable, and you can't just you can't be okay with the fact that you don't know anything, and because you don't like school, that's what's gonna stop you from trying to pursue any further knowledge. You can't be cool with that. You can't be cool with that, because if you're one of the people that got high goals in life, but you don't want to learn, or you don't want to seek for knowledge or look for knowledge, them goals are just gonna be regular dreams, and they're gonna blow away like this fog outside. This foggy is about all death. It's alright though. DOG4L, we always get straight. Rock me real slow.